We're going to the rodeo, folks. We're going to the rodeo. We're going to Lethem. We're going to Brazil. We're going into the wilderness. The only unfortunate situation right now is that it's raining. As you can see, it's raining. It's not cats and dogs, but it's definitely kittens and puppies, as y'all could see. So we're here at the meeting spot, waiting for everybody to get here. Then once everybody gets here, we can pack up, head out. I can see y'all on the trail or in Lethem, whichever one comes first. Welcome or welcome back, everybody. My name is Londo Street. I'm a freelance photographer and videographer. And like I said in the intro, we are heading into Region 9 of Guyana, also known as the Upper Takatu, Upper Essequibo, for the annual rodeo event. This isn't my first rodeo.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Hopefully you got that, but all jokes aside, this isn't my first rodeo. I've been to the rodeo twice before as a teenager, but this is my first time going as a photographer, videographer, as someone who makes content, and as someone who has found his purpose, and I now have a whole new outlook on life. We might not need, so nice. Oh, girl. So it's a fruit kebab. So we met up with our group and loaded up into 2 buses, and then we made our way down the east bank to our first pit stop, which was Heinz Service Station. Here we got a chance to use the restroom, stretch our legs, and grab some food. And I wouldn't say grab some food, because what the group kind of did was encourage everybody to bring food, and then we kind of just like distributed the food amongst ourselves. So somebody would bring like drinks, another person might bring like cake, some might bring like food, chicken, rice, and then we kind of just shared it out to everybody, and we just had our meals and chilled out in the parking lot for a bit. This is a little camera I got right here. Alright, so y'all can see here, my wife currently has a pocket-sized spray hand sanitizer. And this, what's this?
Paper soap.
Paper soap. Insane stuff. Get ready for the bush.
Paper.
Like a sheet.
Yeah, it's a sheet, you take it out, wet it with water, dissolve, and it turns into soap.
Could bathe with it?
Yeah, buddy.
From Heinz Service Station, the next stop was the Mabura Police Outpost for a small check-in. So we ended up driving through the town of Linden onto the Linden-Lethem Road. And just so you know, if you haven't been to the Rupununi or in that area in a very long time, the Linden-Lethem Road, they're currently laying the groundwork to make that entire road just a really nice paved one. And I say the entire road, but really it's kind of like a trail. It's just like a loom trail, because I remember going there as a teenager and it was just loom. It was just red dust for miles and miles and miles. And every time you come out, the vehicle would be filled with red dust. You'd come out, your shoes would be filled with red dust. You'd go home, wash your face, and you'd see like red dust come off of it. It was just red. I also forgot to tell you that while we were at the outpost, we saw this really cute cat. I think she was kind of like blind in one eye, but while we were there, we just kind of hung around, played with the cat. Everybody kind of like interacted with her, and she was cute, really cute cat.
Something wrong with one of her eyes. See? One eye.
not food for no. This is also a great time to say that you can go to Lethem by plane if you're a Mr. or Mrs. Moneybag. You don't have to take a drive and spend 8 to 12 hours on the trail. But I will say this, and I'm sure other people will agree with me when I say this. When you drive to Lethem, it just does wonders for you. It's just like eye candy. There's so much to see, there's so much to take in. You get to like explore this culture, things that people would never get to see you see. Our next stop on the journey was the Atta Rainforest Lodge in Iwokrama. Actually, I lie. That wasn't our next stop. Our next stop was actually the crossing at the Essequibo River. But the sad part about it is it was pitch black outside. So I couldn't get any like actual footage of it. And the funny thing is, the last time I went and we had to do the crossing, we would come out of the bus and maybe, I don't know what was the reason for this, but we would come out of the bus and we'd be able to like stand on the pontoon, take in the river, feel the wind, feel the little splashes on your face. It's a lovely, lovely scene. But this time we just ended up sitting inside of this bus. It's not the same company, but we just sat inside of the bus and it just went over. It was pitch black, so I got no footage, unfortunately. This place is truly a vibe. When I tell you it's a vibe, it feels like somebody brought a living room space and they put it outside. That's the best way I could describe it. The space is the kind of space that would just be great for any outdoor event. Or even if you're not a person who's into having events, maybe you just want to like lounge around, the space is also great for that as well. And my favorite part about the entire space is the space is surrounded by trees. I don't even know what they would call it, but it's basically this like, it just feels hidden. It feels like you're hidden in the leaves.
Has returned to the Hidden Leaf Village!
Like you're in Naruto, like you're hidden in the leaves. That's the best way I could describe it. It feels like a village hidden in the leaves because these trees surround it and it just feels like no one else could show up here, no one else could be here. And I'm saying all this even though it's like a tourist attraction, but that's how it felt when we showed up there early, super early in the morning, because we showed up there like maybe 3 in the morning. It was super dark. We had to shine our phone lights on the ground and stuff like that. But once the sun started to come up, you could really appreciate the surrounding. Like that early morning gray vibe was really nice. At 6 o'clock in the morning, we were one of the first groups up, and we were lucky enough to be the first group to get to go onto the Canopy walk. It's either that or that's the way that the tour company set it up. I believe that's the way the tour company set it up, but I'm just talking nonsense for the vlog. Now before we get to the Canopy walk, there's quite a bit of traversing that needs to be done.
What is this?
Nice.
100.
Yeah. You really find out just how fit you are after facing those stairs. But once we got to the actual Canopy bridge, Our guide, I think his name was Ken, shout out to Ken, he told us that we'd be crossing the bridge one at a time and we'll be going in groups of 8. And the funny part about it is I thought it was just like one bridge, but after you cross like this first bridge, there's another bridge that you get to cross and go even further out so you can see more of the jungle. Now let's talk about the tricky part. The tricky part is crossing the bridge. These bridges look easy to cross, but in my opinion, it wasn't that easy to cross, and it probably wasn't that easy to cross for me because I had my DJI in one hand and then I had the case in the other hand, so I couldn't hold on to like the rail or the rope or whatever you want to call it. So I'm walking and trying to not trip. I'm wearing boots and you're walking across a canopy bridge that is it's made out of rope mesh and like metal, I don't know what it would call it. Is it like, I don't know, whatever you would walk on, like a metal platform. All of it is just kind of like woven together. So like when you walk, it kind of like shakes a little. So I kind of almost fell. That was the craziest part. Feel like Tarzan or what? This is high, huh? Jeez. I looked down a couple of times already. I want to turn back. Right? This is, remember Shrek? Remember the movie with Donkey?
Seus braços, meu abrigo, minha fantasia. Estrelas assistem nosso passo encantado. Nas ondas do amor, estamos mergulhados. Desenham sombras na fogueira. Com você no meu lado, tudo é primavera. Onde as faíscas se encontram com o mar. É onde sempre quero estar.
Once we got back from the canopy walk, the place just became like crowded. It became like alive. You were really getting to see it in what it's supposed to look like. There was like 80 to another 100 people there, and they were all just like enjoying the space. Some people were like bird watching, some people were like sitting and just hanging out, some people were lounging around in this little area that, you know, is meant to lounge around. It's like a kitchen slash sofa area, I don't even know what you would call it. And you know, people using the restrooms and stuff of that nature. Some people were like pulling in, servicing their vehicles, doing a little wipe off, a little cleaning, stuff of that nature. But because the sun was fully up at this point, you could really appreciate the space, and it was just lovely. I'm assuming that a lot of those people were probably already there, because I kind of was confused. I was like, where the hell all these people come from? Because they have spaces for people to stay at, right? And whilst we were there was one person who was like, yo, could y'all keep it down? We're trying to sleep, yada 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 yada. And then I do believe there was a lot of people who came off the trail. I don't know if they were going to Lethem or coming from Lethem, or they were probably just coming to stay at the space. Because like I said, there's space there for people to sleep and stay at the lodge. I'm gonna start wrapping up the vlog here. If you've ever been on this canopy walk or any other canopy walk, definitely let me know what it was like. You could tell me down in the comments, or maybe there's a canopy walk that you want to tell me that I should go on here in Guyana, because I don't know if there's other ones, but I know the Atta Lodge, that's the one we went to. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This is part 1 of the Rupununi trip. In the next video, we're heading deeper into the Rupununi. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hope y'all stay safe. And if you went to Lethem this year, or you plan on going to Lethem at some point in time, let me know in the comments. Y'all have a great day.